All right, so I'm gonna go through how to properly fit a shoulder sling. And the first thing we wanna start with is the proper measurement. So at Swedish, we have these measurements laminated. They should be at every clinic. So what you're gonna do is measure from the olecranon to the knuckles, and the measurements are in inches. And that's gonna give you the right size sling that you'll need. So Tim's probably at about 13, which on here would correspond to a medium sling. So I've gone and gotten the sling from the doctor's side, and I've taken it out of the bag. So the first thing that I like to start with is the wedge. So what you're gonna do is just pull it apart, okay? And the wedge that already has the strap attached to it and the ball, you're gonna keep. The other one you can toss, okay? Then what I like to do is I just like to take it apart completely because it's never properly set up. So you're gonna take the wedge, and we'll just demonstrate on this, on his right arm, okay? So the wedge is gonna be bigger on the front side, and then in order to apply the strap, you'll take the triangle shape part of the strap, you'll fold this back, okay? Get this out of the way. You'll fold this back, you'll put this at the end, so it's at the narrow side of the wedge, and then put this over top, okay? And then you can fit it around the patient. And then you can tighten the strap. In this case, it's a little long for him, but we can kind of tuck it under here to get out of the way, okay? Then I also want to make sure that the wedge is in the proper location before I put the shoulder sling on. So you want to make sure that like the edge of it here lines up with their sternum, or their belly button is exposed. So looks like it might need to go a tiny bit that way. How's that feel?
Feels good.
And then the forearm should be basically just resting parallel with the wedge. So then I'll take my sling, okay, and you might want to loosen up the straps if you feel like it's going to be too tight, but otherwise I'll just basically slide his arm in. And then stick this to the wedge so that his hand basically lines up with the ball. And then bring this back over the back side. The important thing here is that you want to have this patent pending end up against their skin. You also want to have these perforated holes end up against their skin or shirt. So we'll go ahead and clip it, and then we'll adjust the straps properly. So this is the thumb strap. I always keep the inside attached. Sometimes that's a little easier to do before you attach it to the wedge if it's in the wrong location. So, but you're gonna attach it to the inside, and then bring it around the thumb, and it can just fit loosely, okay? And then this strap here is to keep their elbow locked back. So this is something that can be a little challenging to get back underneath here when it's attached to the wedge. but you'll just bring it across so that it holds the elbow back. Okay, and then this strap on the back can be tightened if it's a little long so that the elbow is resting all the way back in the sling. Does that feel good?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's something that needs to be just double checked frequently because I often don't end up getting the sling positioned on the wedge the first time just right. So you'll need to occasionally just tear them apart and redo it. Does that feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna adjust the straps. So I just do it based on comfort. I don't want to be too tight anywhere, but I want his arm to be supported. And then this strap in the back is also really important. What I do here is I just cinch it up, and then we usually end up with a lot of excess, which I can fold under itself, like so, to get it out of the way. How's that feel?
Feels good.
So it looks like it's supporting you. It's right at midline there. Your arm isn't back too far if you take a side view. All right.